Maestro Vytautas Landsbergis. Once again, thank you. Distinguished guests, colleagues, ambassadors, diplomatic family, we couldn't skip such an opportunity to mark this day here as well. All those signatures were put not here, but we know how it's important to celebrate with our friends from Georgia, from Moldova, from Ukraine, with all ambassadors from Eastern Partnership countries, also European ambassadors, to mark this day also in Vilnius. This is a turning point in history of these three countries. Definitely it's a turning point also in European history, because these countries have chosen European path. And we can interpret this as long as we wish. In different ways we prefer. But it's impossible to deny European path, because this is with the perspective, with the goal which will come, where we need patience, we need hard work, but that will come. I'm telling that not because of the playbook which we like, which we already studied, but we know from our own history it was very difficult to reach any point, to fight for any so to say position, to fight for the right to choose. After fighting for the right to choose, to implement that right, and also to convince others that this is added value to everyone. Now we really can discuss, and experts will do that, but again, very difficult, or maybe even not possible to deny the reality, the fact that very big, so to say, map opening for our friends. Map of 500 million citizens, of the most influential countries in the world, big economies, 13 trillion euros economy strong. And this is really something which is really a big potential. At the beginning it will not be easy, we all know. But in the long perspective, we also know that there will be big profit to all of you. Same as in our case, it was annual growth for our GDP for 2% per year, 1 year, or 21% increase of foreign, so to say, trade. There will be no exception for your countries. Even for Ukraine, business will save 500 million euros just because of taxes. Because trade, it's something what will be implemented for all three countries, also immediately after ratification process will be finalized. So signature is not the end, and the association agreement, it's not the end. It's the beginning of very interesting, rich, and very important common life with all of you. So we believe, and we always were saying that you belong to Europe not only geographically, you belong to Europe by all other meanings. And this is really something I'd like to state here, in the presence of our members of parliament, members of European Parliament, the members of government, to say that we really are in the same team. And our mission is exactly the same. So we'll definitely reach the goal, wherever it will come. We must believe to continue what we're doing, the same passion, same motivation, and time will come. So congratulations to all of you, and especially to the three ambassadors present here. By the way, President Poroshenko, when he signed this agreement, he did that with a pen, which is supposed to be used in Vilnius. Because it's, you know, there's words, Summit, Vilnius, November 29. So if it's something unavoidable, it's always happening. No force can remove. No power can change what is decided by the destiny or by the resolution of people. So congratulations, and I invite all three ambassadors to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable guests. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it is an honor to be here today on this celebration marking the signing of the association agreements of Georgia, Moldova and Ukraine with the European Union. June 27th, 2014 will be always a special date in the history of Georgia. The long-sought dream of our ancestors to find ourselves as a member of the family of European nations has never been closer to its final realization. Georgia has always been the part of the European civilization, culture and history, and that was first of all determined by our common values. The history of Georgia has largely been about defending those very values. Therefore, this date marks the accomplishment of many generations of Georgians and represents a turning point towards my country's unwavering inspiration to find and re-establish itself as a full-fledged member of the family of European nations. Moreover, I would like to highlight the Vilnius Summit, which will forever hold a special place in Georgia's history. Thanks to the efforts of the Lithuanian presidency and the other European states, the signing of this document was made possible in an unprecedented short period of time. I would like to particularly thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and personally Mr. Linas Linkevičius for the tireless efforts and your staunch solidarity and support for Georgia's European and Euro-Atlantic integration. Thank you very much. I would also like to say a few words what it means for us, for Georgia. Association agreement, and through the association agreement, we move to the qualitatively new level of cooperation with the European Union, politically as well as economically. After the signature, the European integration, which is a foreign policy priority for Georgia, becomes also an internal policy determinator and framework for our reforms process. Through the association agreement, Georgia commits to further continue and intensify reforms by approximating to the EU regulations and introducing the European standards in all sectors. In this context, of course, the potential of the deep and comprehensive free trade area is of particular importance, as through the DCFTA, right after its provisional application, attractiveness of Georgia's economic potential will increase tremendously and will offer new opportunities to Georgian and international businesses on one of the largest, biggest and the most stable markets. The association agreement will bring my country closer to the European Union, but at the same time, as it was mentioned here by Minister Linkevičius, it's not the final goal of our cooperation. It will assist Georgia in making our country's European perspective irreversible and reality. We acknowledge that the signature of the association agreement is only the beginning of this path, which requires vigorous efforts from our government, all sectors of society, political parties, citizens of Georgia, as far as this is a path leading to the realization of our European dream, our historic goal. I would like to congratulate once again all of us with this important achievement. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, first co-celebrators of this great event, great historical event, I am sure, for all Europe. In such moments, sometimes, especially when you are a little bit elder, the memories are coming. And I remember this same situation, similar situation, when Lithuania became an associated member of the European Union. It was 1998. We worked much, we expected, we waited for this day, and I announced in advance that when it is fixed and publicly announced in Brussels or somewhere, we are raising European flag at our parliament. I was then President of Parliament. I could allow for myself such a political step. Indeed, it was understanding that it is our membership. As usual, the commentators trying to them, oh no, the association only. I underlined consistently, association is an additional denominator, membership. Associated membership, the point is membership, not association, which can be in trade, in communication, but it is something much essentially more. If we have already achieved associated, but membership in US, We are going with European flag. We are already there with them, with this family, not looking only through the fence of what they are doing. We are already there, we are inside. Everybody could ask inside of what? Then there are various words. Common home. European space. Not geographically, but politically. European space of united democracies. So we put our kairelę, kaip as explorers are finding a new land and they are putting their sign. So we are putting our sign, and it is a sign for the world. We are here. We are already here. I understand even more today the importance and great joy of the Georgians, Ukrainians, Moldavians. This event of today is important for Europe and the world. This additional importance is given by very special additional opportunities. In our case, our drive to EU and this breakthrough, this on the stage associated membership was not liked by former metropoli. We suffered pressure, economical, diplomatic, obstacles, blockades, but not the war. It could be explained why it was easier for us, but not a time for that. Of course, it was still a time of Kubilius, 1998. Our neighbor Russia was angry, but avoided to happen it without drastic and ultimate means. And we could implement our sovereign decision without a cost of human lives. For three sisters of our former common solid destiny, it is different. There is no consent given to them to do it. They are thrown apart, blood is shed. But Ukraine, which temporarily lost part of Navy ships, some ports, became a flagman. Became a flagman for Old History and maybe, hopefully, for others as well, others former Soviet colonies. It is a front line in a struggle for the right of choice. Even more, Ukraine is now on the front line in defense of Europe and European values. It should be understood as well, and I want to underline it. There is also a sign, a stick, or meaning of forthcoming, more happy period for Europe and for change, political and cultural change of European map under new colors of unifying Europe. Not that, no, not that anymore. Way of goodwill, of cooperation, and of building of new peaceful Europe is open for Russia as well. But to keep this way open, those who are frontrunners always have to be sustainable and firm in their life. Then the world is changing. I hope your countries will be successful. I wish my dear Ukrainians, Georgians and Moldavans to be firm, to believe in freedom and democracy as until now. And this belief is the greatest weapon and strongest weapon which is able to change the world.